This fight, man. I got thoughts about this fight. First of all, if you don't have Yuna, it's a total pain in the ass. I'm not saying it can't be done, but yeah, I mean, look, right off the bat, they paint you red. So that's very much pushing her ability to cleanse debuffs. That is also the orb is basically don't be debuffed from when they're at 80% health all the way down to when they're dead. Just don't be debuffed. And Yuna is by far the most reliable source of debuff cleansing. So without her, you kind of have to get creative. I've seen some people bring a Mog. She has debuff cleanse. Sayador has debuff cleanse. Penelo has debuff cleanse. What really bothers me about this is that they bypass debuff evasion. So characters like Aerith don't work. Not saying you can't bring her, but if you're expecting her to block your team from debuffs, it's not going to happen. Which, I'm sorry, that's just bullshit that they do that. That actually really bothers me. That they release a character and they have a selling point like that, where it's like, hey, you don't want debuffs? Then bring this character. Okay, great. But then down the line, they just give you fights that completely bypass that in an attempt to get you to pull for the new shiny toy. Which really bothers me, because the whole point of this is to try and diversify our roster, right? So that we have enough characters that fulfill certain roles so that we shouldn't have to worry as much. Especially if you've been playing for a while and you've spent the time, and in some cases for some people, money to get that done, and then they just pull the rug out from under you and go, nope, doesn't work anymore, pull for Yuna, fuck you. That really bothers me. That feels... I understand it's a gacha game, I get that, but that just feels really scummy to me that they do that. And on top of what they did with that Setzer banner, I don't know, it's just, this game is feeling scummier and scummier to me. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it anymore. There's just things that they've been doing and choices that they make, and just overall design choices, I don't know, it really bothers me, man. So I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of been hard to get into because of stuff like that. I know people are gonna be like, oh, well, if you don't like the game, just quit. Yeah, maybe I will. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Probably not. But this fight it left a really bad taste in my mouth. But what we're opting for here is Penelo for debuff cleanse. Because that's really my best option. And other than that, yeah, Porom's here to help us stay alive. I mean, and Vaan's here for damage. There's not much more to this fight. The debuffs they do inflict are very obnoxious. I can't even list them all. There's so many. They do stop, and they have this other debuff, I forget what it's called, that allows them to just steal your turn straight up. And it's on for 5 turns and it's framed, so you can't push it off by just buffing yourself. You have to cleanse it. The only way to avoid it, really, is to have your entire team stacked with framed buffs, which is what we attempted to do here. That's why I brought Leviathan, to have 1 extra framed buff, so that we didn't have to worry about it so much. So now look, we just got them under the threshold, and now he wants to go crazy and debuff Vaan, but he can't. Now mind you, if he were able to get this debuff on Vaan, you see where Porom's turn is right there behind Vaan in the burst? Every time Vaan acts, it'll just add a turn for them, so they'll get like 5 or 6 turns in a row after the burst, if I had that debuff on. And then basically kill us, because that orb count is only 10. 10! Yeah, this fight's bullshit. I hate this fight. I think that the synergy bias in this game is getting too strong. And that just really, really bothers me. Because it shouldn't be like that. I understand synergy is there to make your life easier, but this is kind of just getting ridiculous. Like, this fight really did just feel like a middle finger. Like, if you don't have Yuna, get fucked. That's what this feels like. So, I'm happy about that burst damage, though. That wasn't so bad. I know Vaan can do better, but given the setup, I'm happy with what he just did. Oh, they also heal themselves a lot. Because it looks like, hey, we're moving along, we're doing alright. But then once we get to 50%, they heal themselves. And then they do it again later, which... Ah, God. I hate this fight. This fight is ridiculous. I really don't like it. So there will not be a rerun of this. I haven't been rerunning events lately because, honestly, mostly because of stuff like this. Because the stages themselves lately just feels like the synergy bias is way too strong to the point where doing it without the synergy characters is kind of just unenjoyable. And it used to not be like that. I mean, yeah, synergy has always made life easier, of course. But it used to be like, hey, you could bring on synergy and still have a fighting chance. As opposed to, like, I don't know, whatever the hell this is. See, look at that fat heal. Now we gotta work backwards against all that. And I timed this so that, because I knew Cloud of Darkness was gonna get debuffed. So I timed this so that she would leave in the summon. Because look, she can attack in the summon and they don't take her turn. So then she leaves. And then we have Penelo with plenty of skills left. This is, needless to say, by no means perfect play. Tons of mistakes are being made. A lot of it's me just learning the fight. And I've learned that I hate this fight. I really hate this fight. Like, this fight's bullshit. Can we just say that? This is such a fucking... You better have Yuna or you're gonna have one hell of a time beating this stage. Not a fan of it. At all. And it really seems like that's just the direction that this game is going in. Which I'm not happy about at all. But I hope I'm wrong. I really do. It's just... I hate when the synergy bias is this potent. It really bothers me. So, I don't know. Like, I don't even want to kill another 7 minutes talking about this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I did not have fun with this stage whatsoever. I'm not going to be rerunning it. That just won't be happening. Because I didn't enjoy it. So, why am I going to do something if I didn't enjoy? So, is what it is. I'm trying to think who else has debuff cleanse, because not that many people do it, really. I mean, it's Yuna, obviously, Penelo, Sayador, and Mog. I don't know who else does it. Maybe there's more that I'm not considering, but I have one out of those 4. So I don't know. That just makes it too restrictive, if you ask me. Like, way too restrictive. And I know, you know, there's definitely teams out there that don't have any of those 4. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, and I'm not saying it's impossible. This is not me trying to doom post or any of that lame shit. I'm just voicing some thoughts, some concerns, I guess, about the direction of this game. And I hate it because, like, I've loved this game for years, and I've kind of always been, like, one of the most, like, loud and vocal cheerleaders of it. And I don't know, man, it just... It sucks when that fire starts to die, I guess. I hope it's temporary, I really do. And maybe I'm only feeling this way because, like, I'll be honest, I'm in a position where I can't really pull for much of anything. Like, I'm in straight up save mode. Like, I cannot spend anything until Zidane gets here because I'm not missing him. That's just not going to happen. So, and that's coming up kind of soon. So maybe the next few fights will be a little more manageable. Maybe they'll be a little more fun. I don't know, but hated this one. Broken record. I know I keep saying it, but I think it's badly designed. I think the synergy bias is too strong. Yeah, I'm not going to say it a 57th time. Jesus. Oh, I also forgot to mention that they cleanse all their debuffs. As if this fight wasn't bullshit enough. As if there wasn't enough to deal with to do that too. Just so you know. That I cannot blame boss mechanics and bad design for. That was a straight up wasted launch on my part. I screwed that up. That's nobody's fault but mine right there. I should have waited until now to do that when we had everybody in a row. With the Penelo EX, yeah, that would have been way smarter. But no, I gotta get rid of, because we got debuffed again. Get rid of this shit. Okay, so We're getting there. We're getting there. We're pretty close. 25 and 20. We're in pretty good shape. All right, we confused one of them. Perfect. I am seeing lots of core here and lots of Titus. So that's another option. If you're into that. If you have that, I should say. I don't have Titus's burst, so. See, Titus to me seems like he would have been a weird pick because he's like... Again, with that debuff orb, if he's sitting there spamming, taking all these turns while someone on your team is debuffed, that's going to be a huge problem. Like, you got to be able to get that off. And as far as calls, I have one cleanse call, and it's Penelo. That's all I got. So that wouldn't have really worked out for me. Unless I would have, you know, taken hours to big brain it or something. But like, who wants to do that? Like, I understand there's people out there who do that, but that's such a small percentage of the player base. Like, most people want to be able to just like play a game and have fun, and not have to do that constantly. So I don't know, man. Okay, we're getting there. I want to apologize for this commentary. I know it's a little downtrodden, but hey, I've never been one to sugarcoat shit, I guess, and I don't want to sit here and like, what's up, DFFOO fam? How you doing? Coming back at you with the... I don't want to do all that fake shit if that's not what I'm feeling. So, I don't think I've ever called you guys DFFOO. Hey, YouTube family! YouTubers are funny to me, some of the shit they say. Smash that like button! God. Alright, we're getting there. Except, yeah. And then they do it again. Like, are you serious? Again with this? No. No. We are getting rid of that healing immediately. Not dealing with that. Not gonna happen. I'm sure some of you might be thinking, well, why didn't you just delay them to hell so that they didn't get that many turns and then be able to heal? I'm pretty sure, again, don't quote me on this, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that if you take too many consecutive actions, these things will just debuff you regardless. And I don't really have like a lot of means to get rid of that shit, so I had to let them act in order to, you know, get the flow of this right. So yeah. None of that, no boss turns this time around. I had to actually do it the quote-unquote honest way. I don't know why people say that, like it's dishonest to beat the shit out of a boss. I've never understood that. If I'm being honest, I think this fight is honestly bullshit. I think this fight honestly sucks. I think that the devs are honestly fucking up with a lot of these bosses and a lot of their choices. I said I'm sorry for going into that, and I went back into it again. One more minute. Okay, one more minute of this. This feels like a chore. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just end it already. God, I hate this boss. I'm so glad Vaan hits as hard as he does so we can just get rid of all this. But here comes the recast again. With more debuffs. And I believe we're out. Yeah, we can't cleanse anymore. So he's got to die. Luckily, he's only at 3%. Thank God. Okay, we're good on HP. No more of you. Just goodbye. I'm never coming back here. This fight sucks. Yeah. All right. I'm sure you didn't enjoy this. I didn't either. And, maybe next time will be more fun. I really hope so. To those who stuck around, thank you for watching.